What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you my perfect run on Lichess puzzles from 400 to 2000. For reference, 400 is the lowest rating you can possibly get, as opposed to like chess.com, it's 100, while 2000 is just a good big number. Here you can see, so this is actually the first run, one of the first runs I ever really attempted where I got far. My rating here is actually 1985. I hadn't quite figured out the range for the screen recording yet. But yeah, this was a pretty dumb fail by me. I figured I'd show it off since this video is already pretty long. What's another minute? Here I calculated a bunch of stuff and just forgot this whole time that his rook can take my queen, which is pretty goofy. And this was definitely the last puzzle I needed on this particular attempt, so I'm a little sad about that. It took me like a dozen attempts after this to even get close, but whatever. And yeah, you can see I just, I try some different stuff. You actually just want to fork the bishop and rook there. That's how you do that one. Anyway, let's start the run. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. There it is. So, first one, mate in 1. Boom, boom. And he can bring his bishop back, but it doesn't matter. Let's do auto go to the next one. If you can't tell, I'm doing this in post. Another mate in 1, mate in 1. Just because I did a bunch of these, messed up a bunch, mate in 1. And I did not want to have to record audio for all of them. Ooh, mate in 1. Yeah, not super interesting at the beginning here. Just a lot of checkmates in 1 for various different reasons. A lot of them involving a queen. There you can. I didn't click on the rook, but I had a rook. There's the rook. Oh, okay. Sometimes the lines don't draw perfectly. You gotta forgive me. Here's a mate in 2. Uh-oh, getting a little trickier. This is a mate in 2 because you can bring his queen back. Doesn't matter though. Boom, boom. Mate in 1. And that you can notice a lot of these. Okay, this is like the first non-mate. Fork a king and a rook. This looks like a mate. Yep. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be mates. Occasionally, you have to like fork pieces. Like here's a cool fork. Forking with the king. It's kind of cool. But yeah, it's really straightforward until it isn't. And that's when you'll notice that I don't solve them in literally 5 seconds. So, still pretty easy here. A lot of checkmates. Not too much to say. This challenge took a lot of attempts. There, the bishop was blocking the king from running. Because the thing is, it's just so easy to mess up like one puzzle, or to get like one of those in-game puzzles where it's like, oh, you idiot, you just have to push the pawn. Look, you'll make a queen, you big dummy. One bishop. But it's rough out here, man. Here's kind of a cool mate. Do a little crisscross applesauce action. Boom. Mate. Boom. You know. But yeah, no, I would not recommend anyone try this. Ooh, look at that. There I was pinning the rook. That's why he couldn't come back. Ooh, forking him. Get her going. Mate in 2. Oh, and you gotta be careful when you right click, because if you right click twice, you might click like reload or something, and then the challenge feels kind of ruined, and you're sad. Like, wait, I was about to do a puzzle. What the hell? That was a cool little mate. What was that? Trap. What's it called? The night trapping them in. I don't remember those. It was just a basic mate. Mate in 2. A lot of back rank stuff you'll notice. So the first thing I always check for is like, all right, what if I just go all the way back? Yeah, all the way back. Here's a little mate in 2 with the rook and bishop. I also try to draw lines of like, okay, why is it mate? Or at least like, right click, make a little circle on the pieces that are being attacked. I know I'm going pretty fast, but I do slow down once I hit like 1500. Shouldn't be too much longer, actually. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I get to 1500 in like, I don't know, 15 minutes or something, and then the rest of the run is getting the rest of the way because I slow down a lot when I get nervous and also just when the puzzles get harder. But as it is, still a lot of mate in one and just like really simple stuff. This one's kind of cool. Use your pawns. Uh, really nothing else there, so kind of easy to find. Mate in two. Boom, boom. Uh, push the king to the corner. What is that called with the knight though? Where the knight goes in and then just like there's a bunch of pieces around so the king can't escape. You know what I'm talking about? I guess you're watching the video, you probably can't reply. Mate in two, boom, boom. Um, but yeah, wait, what is that called? It's lock them in a box with the knight. What is that? What is that? Ooh, fork 'em, fork 'em. Um, shoot, I really can't remember. I guess I could go look it up, but whatever. Um, this is kind of a neat one. So he's going to keep checking me, so we may as well go win a pawn, because our rook is cutting off his king, so he can't come forward and like try to protect it, and the rook couldn't come and try to protect it because our king was blocking. So that's kind of neat. There's a mate. Nice. Yep. Show him. Show him. Look, the king can't come forward. Um, I do sometimes like miss pieces. Like I'll be like, oh, this is mate, and then something will come back, and, like take a queen or something. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't see that. And then sometimes it's mate anyway, but it's like it's kind of scary when you just like don't see a piece. Like oh crap, like that could have really screwed over a run. Um, that's kind of a cool trick. So you saw there, I didn't take the rook in front because if you take the rook in the back, not only is it check, um, but yeah, not only is it check. No, actually, I think it's just because it's check. That's all I want to say. I know it's check, and then both your rooks end up attacking the rook in like kind of an X-ray way. It's kind of neat. They like defend each other through the enemy rook. It was good mates. But yeah, a lot of mate in one. Even when you get to like, kind of high, like I think I've seen a mate in one when I was like 1900. Like obviously, ooh, ladder mate. I think that was the first ladder mate. Here's a winning the queen. What is it called with the knight? Mating the king when the king is like surrounded by pieces. What? Smothered me. Okay, here we win a queen. Look at this trick. Boom, boom, boom. Win the queen in three because we checked the king twice, so he had to reply to both the checks. That's another thing too. Even when it's not mate, a lot of times the best move is still to check or to do something with the king. Like here, we pinned the rook to the king, so the rook couldn't move there. So now, not only do we win the knight, which was kind of an easy move, we also also win the rook. So that's pretty cool. This is a mate in 3, 1, 2, 3, and you'll see sometimes with those back ring checkmates, you got to kind of like push the king away. So, because you got to remember, the queen can also, that was a nice word, sometimes you got to use the queen's diagonal ability. Like here, use the diagonal, and then we're going to use the horizontal to give the king a little smooch and win the game. So this is mate in two, boom, boom. And of course the rook supports the queen, so we can't just take out a queen. This is like symbol mate. Nothing to say there. The queen, again, it uses the horizontal there to mate the king, to check it, and then its diagonal ability, ooh, win a queen, to make sure the king can't run forward, like forward from the enemy's perspective. So that kind of helps. Here, so this one took me kind of a while to find, I remember, but it's a pretty straightforward fork. You have to see that when you fork, though, the king can no longer protect the bishop. It has to go away somewhere, and every possible move it has goes away from defending the bishop, so then you get a free bishop. And that's why this fork works, which is a little tricky. Nothing too crazy yet. Mate in one, really not too tricky. Fork, yeah, forking the king and queen. But yeah, no, this, like I said, this challenge is rough because you can just mess up at any time. especially if you mess up late. It's like, oh great, now I get to go not only go, you know, be stupid for like 10 minutes and make my rating 400 again, but I also have to do it again. Now this is kind of a cool combination. Put the rook there so that you can fork the king and queen. It's nice. There's a smothered. Here's another smothered. 2 in a row. You'll also notice sometimes puzzles of a similar theme they'll put in a row. Like here, obviously this is not another smothered mate. It was just a fork. But they do like to repeat puzzles of like the same concept. This is pretty cool. We got crisscross applesauce, checkmate going on. Here's a fork, king and rook. Nice. We're getting pretty close to the harder puzzles. We're not quite there yet. You can see there's still pretty darn easy. Here's another fork. I think it takes me a bit, but king and rook, because we're using the queen. In this case, the vertical and the diagonal ability of the queen. That's the great thing about queens. And it takes me a while. Look at me. Oh, if I take a pawn, I get a pawn. Yeah, well, you're still down in exchange. There you go. Thank you. For mate. Oh god, almost screwed it up again. Yeah, you got to be careful when you're right clicking, especially when you're right clicking quickly, because just easy to mess up. I don't know. Here's a cool looking mate. Look at this. It's kind of a smothered mate. Got a nice pawn doing heavy lifting. The queen's covering the back. Yeah. What is this? Probably check the king, and then yeah. This is cool. You check, and then when he takes your bishop with the rook, you take back with the queen, and it's still check, and also happens to be checkmate because the knight is covering the back rank for us, which is nice. Simple fork. So it is kind of random when you get to around here because it's like, oh, sometimes it's just fork like this, but then other times it's like boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of random. So the puzzle ratings are based on the people who solve the puzzles, right? So like if like a bunch of 900s get a puzzle right, even if it's like a hard puzzle, if they just like a bunch of them guessed and like 80% of them got a puzzle right, and the puzzle rating is going to be close to like 1,000, even if the tactic is something where it's like, if a 2,000 was thinking about it, it would take them like, 10 minutes to find. You know what I mean? Like people can definitely screw up the ratings of puzzles by just like guessing. Ooh, when the rook with mate. Ooh. And here we go. Got a nice little end game. Unfortunately, it's super easy because he's got like one idea here. You just stop the pawn immediately. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why anyone would want to sit through this, but it's rough out here. Here we push the pawn, and he has to sack the bishop because he can't let us queen. And once he does that, you're like, oh, it kind of looks like it could be a draw, but we go back and we win the pawn on c5 afterwards because our king is there and our bishop's going to be attacking it. And with a pawn versus a bishop and a pawn versus a pawn, that should be a pretty easy win. In one, it's just like random. Like sometimes it's like, oh, you have to calculate an endgame. Other times it's like, yeah, just mate in 3 in this case. It's just, yeah. So I don't know. It's definitely frustrating. Like I said, I would not recommend this challenge for anyone ever. Here we just win a knight. Or I guess technically win a bishop. We trade the knights, win the bishop, because he's only guarding it once, attacking it twice. Easy peasy. Boom, boom. And you even get to attack a rook at the end. Fun times. What is the... Oh. And then we win a piece, because you take the queen, he takes my queen, and then we take the bishop. And he can't take anything. That's cool. Cool. There's just a queen hanging, but then again, so is ours. Oh, but also made. Okay, never mind. It's harder when you're not actively doing the puzzles. It's like, I don't remember what I was thinking. Like, I'm not using my brain right now too much. So it's like, oh, dang, nice mate, But like, I'm I'm not thinking. Like, I don't know. Like, boom, boom, win a queen, you know? But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Win a queen again? See, and that's what I'm saying. Look at that. Two, move the piece with the check and win the queen puzzles. What is that called? Like deflection? Or no, discovered attack. That's what it's called. This cheating. I'm 1300. Look at this. I'm 1351, and they're still giving me these garbage mate puzzles. What is this? What is this nonsense? What is this back rank nonsense? Get him out of here. Ladder, second ladder mate. Let's go. I call it a ladder mate. Hey, you've probably heard it. Oh, another ladder mate. It's when the two rooks, one cuts off the second to last row, and the other one comes back to the last row. And there he moved his queen back. It's like a final hurrah. But yeah, no. It's kind of silly with these puzzles. Like, sometimes the last move is literally just like, checkmate the guy, or take the queen. And it's like, dude, if I already played like the other 3 or 4 or however many moves, like, I see the checkmate, you know? Like, I wasn't just guessing. Oh, this is cool. I don't know if you saw that. Probably shouldn't have talked over it, but nothing could come to stop that pawn, so it was just going to very slowly become a queen, which is pretty cool, honestly. That's like more 1300 style, you know what I mean? Like, that's a puzzle, you know? Yeah, like there's some real thought going into that. This is a pretty simple mate. You just have to see that the rook cuts off the e file. Easy peasy. Isn't this just mate 1? Okay. Yeah. Yep. Then rook. His queen's hanging, but so is mine. So let's move the queen. Nope. Actually, just take the queen because it's check. That's another thing. I think I already said that. But if it's check, it's probably a good move. I don't know. I mean, checks are good, you know. What is going on? Oh, just a fork. I don't see it yet, but yeah, there it is. Yeah, fork the rook. Boop, boop. Oh, fork him with the king. We saw that earlier, and it works because the rook, it didn't have anywhere it could go where it could still guard the bishop. So that's kind of neat. You know, I like stuff where the king gets all aggressive like that. It's kind of cool. That was like basically a back rank there, except the back rank was the pawns. Ooh, smother. Penum, or is it called a skewer? No, skewer is when the big boy is in the front. It's mate. It's hard to say interesting stuff. It's mate with, well, not with the pawns, with the rook, but the pawns out. It's hard to make all these interesting. That's why I go so fast, also, because it's just boring. This one's kind of cool though. You win a rook. I know you like rooks, you know, because it's check. That's like 90% of the puzzle. It's like, well, because it's check, I win forever. You lose, you know. Mate, nice, good looks. What is this? Mate. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Queen and rook. Mate. That's another thing. Sometimes you just want to give the king a little smooch. That's always good. Fork him, always good. And you'll see, okay, so I was a little slow there. I'm slowing down a little bit because we're getting close to that 1500 sweet spot where you sometimes have to use your brain a little bit. Like sometimes it'll look like free queen, but if you take a quote-unquote free queen and there's checkmate, obviously it's wrong, because if you can checkmate the guy, you should you should definitely do that. Because oftentimes, if it's like, oh, free queen, but you had a checkmate, taking that queen means that like he checkmates you or something. If you get checkmated, it doesn't matter how many free queens you have, you're garbage at chess and you should give up. 1447. Woo! Getting close. What are we, halfway? Nope. Only like 20 minutes into the video. Nice. Look at the rooks. Wow. Look at them go. What the hell is going on here? We got queen and bishop. That's cool. Nice, nice. Show him who's boss. Oh, and then this is cool. You get the king away from the queen there. Um, because if you do that, then it's a free queen as opposed to a queen protected by a king. So that's why you're allowed to like give away that piece back there. Those 2 puzzles ago, though. Oh god. Block the check. Only reasonable way to do it because of the pawn. And then he's probably just going to take the rook like a big old dum-dum because we're threatening mate. But we got to think about it. Uh-oh. Yep, because we're threatening mate. Yeah. And then when in doubt, like if you're in check and you can take the piece that's checking you, just do it. That's like usually the first move. And then here you can see I'm counting. So his king can't make it there in time, and his pawns can't promote. So that's why you can just push the pawn without really thinking there. Here, the reason you can't take the rook with the pawn just now is because the queen was pinning it. So that's why we took with the queen first. And then that makes the queen move, and then you can take the queen. And this is a fork and a mate. Nice. It's not really a fork because he just takes it, but boom! Checkmate. Discovered mate. That's cool. Yep. Looks like a back ranker. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. That's looking like a back rank checkmate to me. He's gonna take the rook. Boom. And then he moves the bishop because it's mate in 3 as opposed to mate in 2. But we're almost there. Don't you worry. We're like almost at the good part. You know, it's still pretty dumb. Ooh, oh, that's cool. Look at that. Attack the queen and the king simultaneously. And then just gave up. Maybe it was mate. I don't know. Attack the bishop and the queen. Boom. Discovered attack. Boom. Win a queen. Boom. Take a bishop. I mean, really, this is another thing about a lot of these puzzles. The first move sometimes it's like really stupidly easy. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take the bishop there. What do you mean? What are you, stupid? What? It's a free bishop, man. Get out of here. Oh, this is mate. Yeah, because the pawn helps. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I like it when the pawn gets involved. This, you know, it's like an castling checkmate or something. You're like, oh, look at him go. The littlest guy beating up the biggest guy. Pawn checkmate in 2 moves. Please do it. I'm so tired. Thank you. Boom. No, oh god. Long day. Checkmate in 1. Lovely. What's this? Oh, mate again in 2 this time. Because the rook cuts off the f-file. Notice sometimes that back rank checkmate is on the side or even on the front. That was front rank checkmate, but it's all the same shit. All of these puzzles are the same. It's just like fork or checkmate or whatever. Obviously, you can't do the wrong one. Okay, this is neat. So this dude is literally about to hit us with the old 1-2 skipperoo. This is called a Greek gift. Looking sacrifice, except we're not castled, so actually that's not what it's called. But, oh shoot, oh, we're in check, oh no, oh, how could I let this happen? I'll take and then you'll take, and I'll be out for peace. I bet you feel stupid. And he does, that's why he just gave up. Oh, when you attack the king here, he's going to take with his queen like a big dum-dum, because he has to, and then we take his queen. I win. You see, this is kind of neat. It's like, it looks like checkmate, but it's actually just sad mate because you make him sad. That's the 1500 spirit right there. Get that checkmate trash out of here. Now this is a checkmate, unfortunately, in 3. But yeah, I was watching a video. I should probably link it. It was rating all the tactics, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, you know, mate in 3+. Oh yeah, that's garbage tier for tactics." And it's like, no, dude. If it's forced, mate in 3 or 4 or 5, like if it's a back rank, it's easy, and like pretty good and pretty common. Mate in 1, boo. Yeah, I lied when I said the puzzles get more interesting. Well, I mean, it's true, but you still get dumb ones like this. Or, what is this? Oh, I get it, because we got two, and then he's only protecting with one. Ah, ha, ha. Okay, okay. I see you. Of course, you take with the little one first. Knight's worth 3, rook's worth 5. Take with the knight first, or you'll dive. Head first into losing your rating. Don't do that. There we go. Take the bishop. What is this? Okay, this is another thing. It's like my signature catchphrase when I'm doing puzzles. Is if like a position looks weird or if it's hard, I'll say, "What is this? What is this nonsense? What am I looking at?" Now this is not one of those situations. This is an easy fucking puzzle. Um, but sometimes they're hard. I don't know. One day it'll be hard. Oh, and then queen and bishop. That's why this works. You see that? Knight moves, and then we got queen and bishop. I don't think I've found the bishop yet. Will I find my bishop supporting the queen? Because I know what I'm thinking right now. I'm like, but what if he takes my knight? Okay, I guess I found the bishop. That's another thing I got lazy about. Was drawing, showing all the pieces that are important on the board. Oh, look at this in game, and look, I showed you en passant isn't legal because you didn't. This is not en passant, but we can go win a pawn, so let's go do that. Boom, and then here I was like, wait, is that really is that the whole thing? And it is. It's just go win the pawn. He cannot stop you. He really can't. He has nothing. Go do it. Thank you. Okay, now go do it. And of course, I see this, I'm like, uh-oh. And here you would actually, if you take the pawn with the pawn in that situation I just showed, you lose. So in-games are brutal, man. Like, you gotta be so careful. And that's why I do not like the in-game puzzles, because they're so hard. Give me more easy checkmate puzzles that make me want to fall asleep, like this one. You know? This one's kind of neat. You have to not use the queen. The queen's just like hanging out back there. A lot of them you see, like this one, it's queen first. But sometimes the queen is just supporting in the back, like, hey, what's going on? Just taking away a square from the king. Nice tactic. Good job, friend. Oh, see, a lot of you would have just taken that queen, and then you wouldn't have gotten a free queen like me. Mate, probably close. Oh, but I do get a bishop. Kind of fun. He can no longer defend his friend. What's going on here? Oh, fork him. Fork him. I wonder how many minutes it'll take. Okay. 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 And this, so again, back rank, but you gotta push him back first. Like, push him away from the action so that you can get back there nice and easy. Oh, yeah. Alright, what's going on here? Down the exchange. Oh, found it immediately. Look at that. I'm too good. So maybe 1600 is where it gets hard. I don't even really remember, honestly. I don't know. Definitely like the last, like 1700 onward is like super tough, typically. Yeah, but it's also random, you know? In fact, even this puzzle is kind of crazy. You have to move the rook down. If he takes your bishop, you take the queen, so it's pretty easy. Okay, looks like I found it. And if he moves the queen away, then I think you just like win a piece or something. Oh yeah, 2 rooks on the. Oh, and then when he takes back with the rook and the queen just moved away. Wait, what was? I probably should have, reviewed. I should have studied before I made the commentary. Sorry, I'll show you what's. Oh, shit! I probably should have been watching the screen. I can't fucking pay attention. Oh, I'm going nuts. No, I was going so crazy doing these attempts. You really don't understand how absolutely bonkers doing this. Ooh, nice fork. How absolutely bonkers doing this challenge will drive you. Fork 'em and win it. Yeah. Fork 'em and win it. Yeah. Oh, but we do win a bishop. Oh shoot, that's check. Don't do that. Oh, 1600. See, it's real hard or something. Except it's mate in one. It's mate in one. Oh no, mate in two. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mate in two. I'm an esteemed 1600 now. I should have known. No more mates in one. Mate in two. Because I'm very refined. I'm very good at chess. What is this? Bishop's pens. That's cool. Oh, and then if you do that, his king cannot come. Or no, it can come closer. But then you take the bishop. He's like, oh shoot, I can either take the pawn or the rook. But if he takes the rook, you get a queen. So you better take that rook, buster, or take the pawn, and then you'd be. It's like equal material. But we do have a pass pawn, so I guess that's why the position's winning. I mean, because this is obviously just losing without the tactic. Boom, see, and then we'd be able to queen after that. It's cool. 1669, my favorite year. If you check him, and then you check him again, takes me a little bit. There you go. You check him again, then he has to move away from the queen. This is similar. What's that opening trap? It's like the intercontinental ballistic missile or whatever. Obviously take the rook. It's an in-game. Oh, no, no, no. You got to get the king out of there. You got to get the king out of there so it's not protecting the pawn so he can't fork you. Yeah, the ICBM opening trap, that's what that reminded me of, winning the queen just now. Because, like, yeah, usually when you take that queen when, like, the king and queen haven't moved, you know, king just takes your queen, and it's just a queen trade, or maybe his rook takes. So that's why if you get his king right out of there, you get a free queen buster. Here's a pawn for my troubles. And the reason you do that is because then you will win the game. But see, it's like kind of tricky. I'm 1700 now. I didn't notice that before. And our bishop does a lot of good there. That's good. Good job, bishop. You're good. You're like a oh my god. Oh shoot. Oh my god, mate in two, but wow, look at it. Look at it. Oh my okay, mate in two. I'm sorry. I forgot about the queen. I'll admit it. What is this? Oh, you got to check. Mm-hmm. You just got to move, and then you go to the back rank. That's why this one wins. So, you know, you still get mates, but, like, this is pretty tricky to find, right? Like, you probably didn't find it if you were at home, did you? Maybe you did. Maybe I'm, like, going slow in your eyes. I don't know. Oh, wait, that's not even mate. And then you fork the king and queen. I can't handle myself. Look at this. Boom, and then boom. Oh, and then didn't even want me to do the fork. Assholes. Free something. It's free. Nah. What? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. And then what do? See, I like this. So you get to watch me think in real time and just, like, try stuff out at these later ones. At the earlier ones, it's just like, boom. Like, either I figure it out in 5 seconds or I don't really show you anything because I don't think the puzzle deserves my time. Oh, okay. And then you have the rook and queen attacking the rook. I think. I don't know. See, this is great. Look at this. This is like a pretty tough puzzle right here. We're only at 1750. I'm looking at how much time is left in the video. You know, we got some fun stuff waiting for us. Oh, thank you, me. Thank me, you. You're doing great. Look at, yeah, and then come back. Get the knight. Yeah. fork the knight and king. Yeah. Nice. This is what I think it is. Oh, no. You take the pawn. You get so close to promoting, but you say, uh-uh. You say, nuh-uh. So you take the pawn with the king is what I'm saying. And you're like, oh, it's so spooky. Look how, because he pushes his pawn again. Yeah, but you just stop it with your bishop, you big bozo. See, and then bishop back. Literally the only move. It's probably winning. I don't know. I need some water. Guess I'll get it afterwards. How much time is left? Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh, 20 minutes left. All right. I'll stay strong for you guys. My lovely audience out there. So this is one of those ones where you're like, man, is this really it? Because it feels so non-forcing. Like, yeah, I'm threatening checkmate, but I feel like he's just gonna teleport his queen and somehow like checkmate me. And that's why I'm always like really reluctant on those ones. Like, I didn't even see that bishop move he just played, you know? And like, I didn't even see the continuation of taking the queen with the rook. I'm like, I think it takes me a while to even find that or like really think that's the best move, because it's like, well, I was going for checkmate, now you're telling me I gotta go take a stupid queen? Like, you just stopped my mate? Like, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough when you see something in your head, and then they just play something you did not see at all. You're like, oh shit. Okay. And obviously, if it's a puzzle and the puzzle didn't just end and they did something else, it's like, all right, well, at least, you know, it's like in math. I did the wrong work, but I got the right answer, so we'll go with it. Oh my god. Oh, that's disgusting. But you know, you get some cool, like, if you do get a checkmate at this point. Okay, I think this one took me a long time. I'm gonna go get some water and just let my thinking here. But yeah, no, if you do get a checkmate at this high rank, it's like actually cool. Anyway, I'll be right back. All right, that's better. Did I play a move yet? I didn't. Yeah, so this is definitely like the hardest puzzle so far, and probably one of the harder puzzles I actually did. Like, no lie. We're not even at 1800, but no, this was definitely one of the hardest ones I got. Because what you have to calculate here is after the check, the king, it just feels like he has like he's about to go up. So like the whole board. And like you kind of think in your head, you're like, all right, I want to fork somehow, right? Because you see those two rooks, they're on the same diagonal. And you're like, man, if I could fork them somehow, and the king too, that would be really nice, because then I would win one of the rooks. And obviously a queen versus a rook is going to win every time. Something else, I think this puzzle is probably a little underrated because it's only been played 70 times. Like I said, this is like pretty tough to sit there and calculate. At least I thought so. Actually, it gets like so complicated that I kind of tried to like stop drawing so many arrows because I literally couldn't keep track of like what was happening. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know, but this puzzle was rough, man. But I do eventually realize like, oh, the king has to go to that file. If he goes to that file, I can fork on like F3 or F4. Like I did eventually figure out where the fork was, but I didn't want to rush forward with a move here because otherwise this would have ended up in my top 10 hardest. I guess it would have been top 11 at that point. Top 11, you know, hardest Lichess puzzles. So I'm pretty happy I figured this one out. Because yeah, it's, I don't know, tough. Look, I'm still doing it. I'm still trying to figure it out over there. Look at me, just struggling. Because there's like two potential first moves, right? You can go to e6, which is a check, or you can go to g3. That's already kind of hard because look how big the board is, you know? Or like even like d7 I was thinking about. I don't think I showed everything I was thinking. I kind of tried to, but like there's just so many different ways you can start the puzzle, and that makes it really really hard. I think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe y'all saw this puzzle and you're like, oh, you're trash. No, definitely. You know, Queen G3, easy, boom. Don't even have to think about it. But it's like, no, you do have to think about it when you get to this rating. But no, yeah. What I realized is that eventually the king will end up somewhere on the e file. I think it is, and at that point, I will be able to go to e3 and just fork everything. And here you can see, I mean, that's a little sneaky trick you can do as well. I don't know if you consider that like cheating or whatever. You can go back a couple of moves and kind of try to like reverse engineer, like, okay, what was the guy thinking he was gonna do, you know, and kind of go forward from there. But obviously, you know, sometimes the people playing the game, like in this case, 2000, okay, you probably saw something good. But like if you got like two 1100s playing, it's like, oh, you know, solve the puzzle. It's like, eh. Um, and yeah, just the main problem I was running into this one when I was calculating, I was like, man, he has so many options. Just every move I do, it's like it felt like he had so many options. So very tricky. I'm still doing this one. Oh my god. Yeah, no, this puzzle, like I said, maybe I was just tired. Maybe I'm tired right now. Well, I am. But I thought this was probably one of the hardest puzzles I got uh, that night. I actually did this last night from when I'm recording. And there, okay, I finally found the idea, which is to go to F3 and then to E3. Because if I go to F3, he has to go to either, what is it, E5 or E6, and then we go to E3, check and attack everything. It's great. So, yeah. Oh, I guess I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, that is the idea. Pretty hard to see, I think. I forget what the rating on this puzzle is, but yeah. And there he goes, like I said, to the E, and then you finally get to fork everything. That was a lot of, it's like 3 moves? I don't know. That's tough. This one was probably easier. I don't really remember it, so that's a good sign. Oh, no, it's not. You have to sack the queen, right? You sack the queen and then you mate with the pawn. Oh, my, oh, God. But I do find it a lot faster. Yeah. Yep. And then he takes, and then we take, and that's checkmate. Yeah. Yeah, because we block that, and we guard that, yeah, and we block that, yeah, and we attack that, yeah, and it's checkmate. Okay, so 2 hard ones in a row, but that one I found a lot quicker because there was just, there was less to think about. And I'm actually pretty good at like sacrificing to checkmate. I've gotten a lot better at checkmates recently. That used to be like my worst thing, but now I'm pretty good at them. What is going on here? Oh, fork the rooks. Okay, there it is. Mm-hmm. And the bishop, just for fun, but obviously you're going to take one of the rooks. And yeah, you can do that. But yeah, even when I'm like, oh, this is probably the answer, I still, when my rating gets this high, I definitely double, triple, quadruple check, which is probably part of the reason why that other one that I said was super duper hard took me so long, is because I just, like, I was pretty sure about the first move, in all honesty, but, like, technically it could be anything. And, like, the other thing, too, So with normal, you're supposed to get puzzles that are around your rating. And obviously just take the bishop. And it's defended by your queen, which is nice. But yeah, no, it's supposed to be puzzles that are around your rating, but sometimes they'll be 3 or 4. Oh my gosh, that one just went forever for no reason. Yeah, no, they're supposed to be around your rating, but sometimes they'll be like 300 points more. Yeah, probably like 100 or 200 points more. And it's like if you suddenly get like a 2100 puzzle and you treat it like 1600 puzzle or whatever, like you might mess it up. You know, that's a very real possibility. So you know, it's so tough because you really can just lose at any time. So brutal. So brutal. This game is trash. I don't know. I don't know why anyone likes chess. It's too hard. I can't figure it out personally. I don't have a big enough brain. I mean, I think I figured out this puzzle, but thinking about it a little bit. Uh, mm-hmm. Nah. Get out of there. Yep, only one legal move. Also, how do you guys feel about clicking a piece? Oh, and then he's threatening mate. But don't worry, guys. We stop it by checking him. I think. Oh no! If you check him, that actually screws it up. So you have to force a queen trade. Wow. Okay, this one was pretty tough too, but I found the answer relatively quickly. Um, yeah, that's tough because yeah, if you check with the bishop here, his king is no longer on that file, and then you have no way to stop the mate, which is pretty crazy. So anyway, uh, here we've got pretty straightforward one. If you attack multiple pieces at once, you're going to end up winning one. So right now we're only attacking the bishop, so let's also attack the queen, especially since our rook is hanging. So we're going to move our rook up. And then when he moves his queen, we finally get to take that free bishop. And that's the whole puzzle. I'm obviously going to think about it, triple, quadruple check, blah, blah, blah. But pretty straightforward. There's nothing else really even going on there. This is probably a fork. Yep, fork the king and rook. Oh, and I just found another fork on E1. Does that work? Oh, God. If E1 works... Oh, no, because he blocks with the rook. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, and I would have played that. Oh, so sad. So sad. Like, the me right now would have played that. Tired me. Ooh, get a queen? 2 queens? And then just pray that you can stop that terrifying pawn on e6. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Okay. And now we broke the 1900 barriers. That's pretty nice. This looks like a checkmate, but our king's so far away. Oh, our king is so far away. So this is the only move to get closer, and then we get mate. But that's tricky. We didn't start with the check. We didn't take any pieces. It was just moving the king closer. That's called a quiet move. When it's not like a check or anything, it just sets something up for the next move. Specifically set something up that's impossible for them to stop. Right? I think that's a Zugzwang, some German word. This one, I don't know why I haven't found it yet. Rook takes bishop, rook takes rook, and then fork. Well, because I was nervous at this point. I mean, like I said, rating's getting up there. You get a little nervous. Just spilled water on myself. That'll happen. Okay, this one has a lot going on. That's what makes it tough. Look how many pieces see each other. The queen sees the bishop, and the knight. The bishop sees the knight. Their bishop sees the knight. Their other bishop sees the queen. Like, there's just a lot going on here. And this is the type of one where it's like, you really have to make sure you take... Because you know you're going to take a bunch of stuff and hopefully win, like, a piece or something. But, like, and you can see, I'm pretty good at calculating, like, 5, 6 ply. A ply is just a move for one person. So, like, 3 or 4, like, actual moves ahead. Like, I'm pretty decent at seeing those things. This one's pretty crazy, too, actually. You take the pawn with the bishop, I think is what it was. Because if he takes, so he can take the rook there, then we take with the bishop. If he takes the bishop, queen takes, bishop takes. I'm like trying to do this from memory. Could just watch myself, I guess. Um, yeah. Yeah, so that, and again, that was the first idea that popped into my head, and really like the only move, except maybe taking the queen first, but then you don't have a nice juicy pawn to take. Um, yeah, why didn't I? Yeah, because yeah. Okay, and then what did I say about this? Obviously, take the rook, and then what's the idea? Okay. Oh, and then did I find something better? Like I genuinely can't remember. Oh my God! I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. You're right, me. Yeah, boom, boom, but oh my God, that's disgusting. Hmm. Sometimes you just gotta be proud of yourself. Here you can take that knight because if he takes your queen, you back rank checkmate with the rook that just moved up. And if he takes the rook, obviously the queen is guarding. I think that's the whole thing. Um, yeah, and I show it. See, so that's back rank. Um, I hope my arrows aren't too confusing. Because sometimes I show them to show my move. Sometimes I showed it to. Oh, and I didn't see that follow up move. I was like, oh fuck, what is this? Um, but I think is it like blocking with the? Oh no, it's C4 because your queen is hanging for real now. So you have to make his queen hang too. Because then if he takes your queen, you take his queen. But then if you took your rook, wait. Oh no. If you took your queen at that point, you would still just take the. Wait, what the hell? C4, rook takes queen, and then pawn takes. But then rook takes. Yeah. And see, I'm like that doesn't work. I hope that's not too confusing too. Is like sometimes I do just show stuff that I know doesn't work, but I'm like, well, I just gotta like sanity check. Sometimes you really think something doesn't work, and then actually it totally works. Yeah. So what I didn't think about in this position, now that I'm saying it, is C4. What if he just took my queen? I kind of want to go back and like analyze this now. I probably won't because I'm tired, like I said. But yeah, C4, and then what if rook takes queen? Oh, our bishop is protecting my rook. Never mind. Okay, I'm just crazy. I didn't show that the bishop was protecting the rook there, but the bishop was protecting the rook, so he couldn't have just done. Um, it's. I'm so tired. Oh, this is. Wow. See, and this is what I mean about the forcing stuff. Like this is a mate in 1, 2, 3, mate in 4, which is pretty tricky, or 5. Oh my gosh. Um, but because it's also forcing, I've gotten really good at finding those. I think I'm like pretty good. What is this? You fork technically. You attack the queen by moving the pawn. When you move the pawn, your rook attacks the knight. And then the knight is double attacked and it's only defended by the queen. So even if the queen moves back, you do get a knight for your troubles because the queen helps. So that's good. Yep. Now I'll take the knight. And what do you take it with? If you take it with the rook, he actually has back rank mate in 1. So and again, like if you just like didn't think about that, you were like, I'll just take with the rook. Like no, you really need to think about your actions. Look, I just showed you. And now it's easy. But yeah, okay. I think this is the second to last puzzle. And you're like, oh, and look at that. Rook's hanging. Rook and the bishop are hanging, and he has to stop you from making the queen. Well, he can't stop you from making the queen, but he has to go take the queen. So you totally have time to just go take the rook. Obviously, I check a couple different things here, just to double check. Like I said, double triple check. But yeah, no. Yeah, I already found the idea. So Now it's just a matter of making sure I don't screw up my beautiful, beautiful rating, which I won't. Spoiler alert. But yeah, we make a queen, he takes it, and then we finally take the bishop back. Oh, and it didn't even let me do the whole thing because they're jerks. Here, I think, is it something simple? Oh yeah, you take the rook. So it takes me a while to find this, but you literally just take the rook. He takes back with the bishop, and then you fork the bishop and king. But I explore this like possible checkmate-ish idea. It doesn't work, spoiler alert, but I do explore it first because obviously, if there's a possible mate, look for that. And also, I just didn't see that two-move combination because nerves. But yeah, and this is a puzzle that puts me up above 2,000. Well, it puts me at 2,000 exactly. Spoiler alert. And then I mess up the very next puzzle after that, which kind of fun. But yeah, did I find? Nope, haven't found it yet. It's all right, me. You'll get there. Anyway, yeah, like I said, doing this challenge literally took me like weeks of playing for hours every single day. I would not recommend this for anyone. It is so hard. Just go do Puzzle Rush. Go do puzzles normally. Go play Blitz. Do literally anything except this. This was awful. This was so awful. I'm so tired. I don't. Just don't. Just don't do this to yourself. Look at me. Look how many times I have calculated the same. Okay, thank you. I finally found it. But it's just, oh God, it's so brutal. Um, Also, I guess I didn't explain this. I do puzzles on Lichess because they're free. You can do as many as you want. Boom, 2,000, yay. Well, on chess.com, they're not free. Or you can do like 3 a day or something. That's not enough. So if y'all want to see this, here you have to check the king first, and then you get the rook. Because if you don't do that, he forks you. Forks your king and rook. So that's the reason. Anyway, that's the end of the challenge. It's been fun. It hasn't been fun, but it's been rough. And then I think I even showed a variation just for fun. Yep, there it is. Forks, and then it's equal. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. See ya.